Let's turn now to the breaking economic news. The January jobs report was released just moments ago, and it shows the U.S. economy added 143,000 jobs to start the year, lower than economists expected. The unemployment rate also fell to 4%. Joe.
Let's bring in the co-anchor of CNBC's Squawk Box and New York Times columnist Andrew Ross Sorkin. Andrew, this is one of these wonderful days where the news is worse than expected and the unemployment rate drops. Only in America. I love that. Terrible news, terrible news. Unemployment rate drops. Or great news, unemployment rate goes up. It happens time and again. It's crazy how it works. What are you seeing, though, in these numbers? I mean, it's 143. It's not a terrible number. A little below expectations.
I would not.
I would not. Not a bad number.
That's exactly right. I would not look at this and ring any alarm bells one way or the other. It's a little bit lighter than had been anticipated. But the other thing that happened, which I think people are less focused on, is the numbers were revised back in December and November much higher. So we were talking about numbers probably on this very show back in real time then, and the numbers were lower. So those numbers have all been revised higher, which also, by the way, may make this number a little bit worse. But nonetheless, I think what this is effectively suggesting is we are still in a relatively strong environment right now. Right. And to some degree, you could argue this is a little bit of a Goldilocks situation. It's not going to change how the Federal Reserve is going to act. There's very little to do here. I don't want to say it's nothing burger, but for the most part, I think this is still the same path that we were on yesterday that we'll be on tomorrow.
Well, but Steph, if that number, let's say, surprised everybody and it was like $343,000, everybody would be freaking out at the Fed. They'd be going, all right, we're not going to be able to lower interest rates sometime. So actually, that more modest number for certainly the Secretary of Treasury, who's talking about lowering long-term interest rates, and Donald Trump, who desperately wants interest rates lowered, 143,000 is actually better than, let's say, 343,000, because that would mean the economy is way too hot to lower interest rates anytime soon.
You're 100% right. Things are A-OK. And what it really shows is the end of the Biden administration. You kind of can wrap the economy up with a bow. You know, it's got some issues here and there, but Joe Biden ended with a strong economy. The question looking ahead is, if we face tariffs, if we face mass deportations, think about the knock-on effect from all of these layoffs that could be happening in the federal government. And outside of that, could other businesses, could private contracts be canceled? What does that do to employment going forward? Of course, Donald Trump wants rates lower. He wants borrowing costs lower because he wants it to boom for business. But take a close look. Business is doing well in this country.
Yeah, business is doing well. Obviously, though, those higher interest rates, very tough on younger Americans and all Americans trying to get into a home with interest rates higher than usual. Let me ask you, Andrew, as we talk about interest rates, the Treasury Secretary had an interesting theory on how they may lower interest rates over the long term without the Fed. Talk about that.
Well, look, I mean, this is what the Federal Reserve has been asking for forever, which is to say Scott Bessent came out yesterday and said, we're going to try to put our fiscal house in order. This is about bringing down costs in the United States and trying to effectively make the United States a better credit to others, so that if the fiscal house was in order, if people believed more in our ability basically to pay people back and had more confidence in that, they would accept effectively a lower rate. That unto itself would bring rates down. That has nothing to do with what the Fed wants to do or doesn't want to do. His argument is the rate would naturally get lower because people would say, we're going to be good for the money. If they had questions before, they'd have less questions tomorrow. Whether that all plays out in practice, I think is still an open question, but that's the idea that Scott Bessent is at least talking about right now.